Hey guys, it's Fida and today I've come up with the recipe of butter cookies. These cookies are so delicious and as you take a bite, it just melts in your mouth. It's super good. They can be flavored with any flavor that you like. They can also be colored really easily and it's super delicious. So without any further ado, let's get on to making these cookies. For making these, first in a bowl I have half a cup plus half a tablespoon of butter. That's exactly 115 grams of butter. You need to use softened unsalted butter. For softening the butter, you just have to keep it for around 4 to 5 hours in room temperature and it'll come to its softened position. And it's really necessary to make sure that the butter is softened. Only then will it cream up together with the sugar. Once you've beaten that and creamed up the butter, you can go ahead and add the sugar. I'm using 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Beat that again. You need to beat it for around 5 minutes totally so that it comes and creams up together. The mixture should also lighten in color a little bit. And finally, you will get it really fluffy. Keep beating. And here that's beaten up. It has become pale and it's nice and fluffy at this point. Now we can add in the dry ingredients. But before that, just make sure you scrape down the sides. And add in 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour and a pinch of salt. Then you want to start kneading the dough together. Not exactly kneading, you just want to get the flour and the butter together. So you can make a few cuts in between, scraping and then keep cutting again and again. So the dough will come together with the butter. Just keep cutting and scraping. So once you feel the dough has mostly come together, you can use your hands and soften the dough. You just want all that flour to get in. You don't want to knead it too much. You just want everything to get incorporated. So now it's incorporated and it's a really soft dough. Once the dough is ready, you can start making balls out of it. And I'm just using a fork to make a few prints on the top. You can roll it out and make it in any shape that you want. I'm just keeping it simple. Just repeat the same thing. Make balls out of it and just put marks on top with a fork. You can make it into the shape that you like. And I'm keeping these balls into a tray lined with parchment paper. Continue doing that with all of your cookies. And this sheet is ready. You can go ahead and keep this in the oven for baking. With the rest of the left out dough, I'm just going to color it, roll it out and make it into a good shape. It's really optional. If you want to do this, you can go ahead and do it. I'm just doing this to get a few good photos. It's better you don't color your cookies. And it's totally optional. You can do it if you want. And when you're coloring, always make sure you use gel food color. And if you use water food color, then the dough will go too soft and it will become watery. Once you've colored the dough, keep a parchment paper on the top and the bottom and start rolling it to the thickness that you want. Remove off the top parchment paper. And here I have a cookie cutter. Use any shape that you like. I'm just going to take out the excess from the sides and lift it up. I'm going to set that parchment paper aside. Again, take another parchment paper on the top and the bottom and roll it to the thickness that you like. Cut it with your cookie cutter. This time I'm using a smaller cookie cutter. Setting that aside. And then using the next color of my cookie, I'm going to do the same thing. One big heart and one small heart for each color. Set the parchment paper aside. Do the same thing. This time I'm going to make a smaller heart. Then for the assembling, here I have one big heart and one small heart. The big heart is the blue color and the small heart is the red color. Then here again I have a big heart and a small heart. The big heart this time is red and the small heart is blue. Just keep it on top of it and remove off the parchment paper. So that's done. Now you can set this in the pan for baking. So let's keep both of them into a preheated oven for baking. So now both of the cookies are done. Here they are. And they will flatten a little bit while baking. So you need to keep a little bit of space between each of them or else it'll get stuck. Slowly lift that out from the parchment paper and it is supposed to come easily. Just be careful so that you don't break the whole thing. And there the cookies are all ready. Let's take a piece and I'll show you how it looks inside. So that's so easily breakable. It's not too hard, it's not too soft. The inside is really chewy and the outside is really good. It just melts in your mouth. It's super delicious. I'm just gonna keep that hard cookie in the middle. And there they are, they're totally ready. Hope you liked the recipe, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up down below. Also subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.